A great threat has passed away. Charles Manson is no longer breathing. But will he be forgotten? No, forever shall he be remembered for his strength, knowledge, and sanity. Charles Manson was a messiah. Respect shall be shown to the legacy of a father, and I promise that no remorse will be shown at the days of judgment. The strong will become stronger, the weak will become weaker. Charles Manson will be remembered, and the injustice he's been given will be reenacted in future events. Good night, Charlie, and farewell.
I think the public is full of it. They're a bunch of ants that want to eat me up, and they feed on fear and things they're insecure about. They want to blame someone else, like a bunch of chickens pecking on each other. Well, I fell up underneath the pecking order, and I was convicted for being the father of this country. I was convicted for being Jesus Christ and the devil. Now, if that makes any sense to your reality, public, you know, there's something missing in your world. Follow me? Did you have any choice? You'll all follow me. I don't, you know, you got these people over here that want to live. You want to live? Get in line, we'll live. You don't want to live? Hurry up. You know, the gate's open. You know, do your thing, man. Here, give them some coke. All Charlie's friends get free coke. Give them cocaine. Let them go, man. If they want to commit suicide, get some suicide parlors out there and let all them self-destructive idiots go. All the people that want to live, stop cutting down trees and stop polluting the ground. You dig? Let's clean up the world we live in, you know? Hey, how you doing? You still in there? Is anybody there? You know, if I wanted to kill somebody, I'd take this book and beat you to death with it, and I wouldn't feel a thing. It'd be just like walking to the drugstore. Someone comes to me and says, we're going to kill so-and-so. I tell them, huh? What do you think about that? No, I don't think about it. I'm not mad at him. I don't even know the dude. They say, well, we're going to get him. I said, well, what do you want me to do? They said, you want to come with us and help us? I said, nope. I'm not breaking no laws this time. I'm not breaking no laws this time. Can't that come into your brain? I did not break the law. Jesus Christ told you that 2,000 years ago. You don't understand me. That's your trouble. Not my fault because you don't understand me. I don't understand you either. But I don't spend my whole life trying to put the blame over on you because my cigarette didn't light or because something didn't work right. What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. I don't need to live in this physical realm. I walk around in the physical realm, and I put on the faces, and I talk, and I play, and it's this big act, man. In the spiritual world is where I live. I exist in places you never even dreamed of. Out of the Kentucky mountains, when my uncle said, we ain't surrendered, we're still rebels, and we'll be rebels until the end of time, because I ain't accepted no Yankee school. He said, don't go to those schools, boy. So when I was 9 years old, I set the school on fire, and I went to reform school. The only thing my mother taught me was that everything she said was a lie. And I learned never to believe anyone about anything. I never broke nobody's will. I never told anybody to do anything other than what they wanted to do. Wait a minute. I said, you do what's best for you. You do what you feel is right. You do what you think is right. Now, whatever you think is right, it's got to be right. All I'm doing is I'm walking with you. I'm walking in line with you, and I'm holding the line with you. What you do is up to you. It's got nothing to do with me. Right. Let me say this. I feel bad if anybody feels bad. I don't like to see any negative happen to anyone. I don't like to see children die. I don't like to see automobile accidents. I don't like to see people hurting each other. I don't like none of that. I don't get a thrill out of that, you dig? But I'm not going to sit here and tell you a bunch of malarkey. I'm not going to fill you up with bunk. If I can't fill you up with right, I'm not going to fill you up with nothing. So I'm filling you up with this. I tell you, and I tell you right up into the highest peak of your understanding, I did not break the law. It's that simple. I did not break the law. Now, all my life you told me, system, society, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Now, if you don't know the law, that's sad.
But why don't you take when you think about that woman and her 8.5-month-old baby.
Oh my goodness, here we go. Let's bleed hearts. Let's bleed. Why don't we just cut ourselves and just die because we feel so bad? We don't feel bad. What about them other people? What about them poor people starving to death over in the Appalachians? Do you think about that? What about the boat people that and all the other people that died over there? What about that little girl that ran through My Ling and all them people you shot and killed over there? Did you feel bad about that? Did you feel bad about the Second World War when you piled bodies up to the sky? Come on, man. Don't even put all that feel bad on me. You're the one that's feeling bad about it. If you're feeling bad about it, why don't you write a book or something and make some money?
What did your followers do?
I didn't have any followers. I had some friends.
What did your friends do?
They did whatever they had to do.
And what was that?
Whatever that was.
Did any of your friends kill people?
Sure.
Who did they kill?
They killed lots of people.
Did they kill Sharon Tate and the people that night?
I imagine so. If they said they did, they did.
Did you tell them to?
No.
How do you feel about blacks?
Blacks are all right.
How do you feel about Jews?
Jews are all right.
How do you feel about women?
Women, okay. I have nothing against no one unless they got something against me. You come up and say hi, I say hi. You say, I like you. I say, well, I like you. You say, well, I don't like you. I say, well, I don't like you. In other words, however you reflect to me is what I'm going to reflect back to you. I don't care what color you are, where you're from, or what you're doing, what race you are. I am me first, and that is Scotch. I'm from Scotland first. That's me. And I look out for that, number one, me. Just like everybody else does. And you can't say, well, the Jews are the chosen children of God, and these Germans are no good because their forefathers fought. No. The Germans are no worse than the Jews. And the blacks are no worse than the Mexicans. And the Mexicans are no worse than the Filipinos. And the Filipinos are no worse than the Chinese. So how do you reach a one with that whole circle? How do you reach a one with that whole circle? How do you have peace on this earth? You can't have peace on this earth unless you let Second World War die. I want my trees put back. I want my water clean. I want my atmosphere cleaned up. What you do beyond that, I don't care what church you go to or what race you are, what color you are, what all that nickel and dime personal important trash head stuff. I don't care about that. All I care about is my air, my water, my trees, and my wildlife. And you humans, if you don't get in line with that, goodbye.
What is it about you that made all these young people come to you, that made them follow you?
The music.
Just the music?
I sing like that. Yeah. Kind of puts you on center, huh? They're destroying everything. See, people don't realize how many... If you sit down and you started thinking people, it would take you 10 weeks to think up 200 million people, man. Do you know how many people that is? Now, you run out of food with 200 million people. You run out of oil with 200 million people. You run out of thought with 200 million people. You got a lot of meat there, man. That's a lot of meat to deal with, see? And Jackson wants to run to be president. Man, you better hope somebody wants to be president. You dig what I'm saying? But who in the hell would want to be? Can you conceive of what kind of brain would want to lead these fucking roof scoops out there? And you know, because there's no communication with them. You dig? If you took a horsewhip and beat them, they still wouldn't understand what the hell you're talking about because there's no intelligence there, man.
Children that are your natural children.
Children that are my natural ego?
No, children.
Oh, children? I would divide one child from the other and say,
all right, somewhere out there, somewhere, there's at least one son that we know of that's your child, who's probably about 25 or 26 years old right now.
Right?
Yeah. Look in that camera. What do you say to that kid? What do you say to your son out there watching his old man on television? Maybe the first time he's ever seen his old man, with his face all carved up and his eyes glowering. You talk to that kid. What are you going to say to him?
You got to catch it on your own, boy. train's hard. The road's rough.
And that's it.
That's all I knew. It's all anyone ever told me.
All right.
And you want to hear something?
Yeah?
He'll do it better than me.
Do what?
Whatever he does. He'll do it a little better. Kids do, don't they?
Sometimes.
Yeah. That's what makes them such a gas. They always seem to get through.